Recently, we got a sneak peek at a clip from Andor, and it looks really good. Now, it was a short clip and not much by the way of action, but if the dialogue is any indication, the writing will be pretty mature. So far, it is keeping up its promise of it being a spy thriller, and I can't wait to see more. But what exactly does the scene tell us about what is to come?
So which is it? I know Bix has a game. I know you bribe quartermasters to leave valuables on the ships before they come in for scrap, but this isn't that. This isn't something that let pass.
No. I went in and got this myself.
How? How's that possible? It was sealed on the Imperial Naval Base in Steergard.
By itself, the scene just seems like Cassian was hired by Stellan Skarsgard's character Luthen to steal something valuable from the Empire, but instead of it being a simple transaction, Luthen starts to question Andor on how he managed to pull it off. In the beginning, he mentions someone called Bix. Now, there are a few characters in Star Wars that have the name Bix, amongst them a droid and a Jedi from the Old Republic, but none of them really fit the context here. What's more likely is that Bix is an entirely new character and will be playing a character type very similar to Sid in The Bad Batch, acting as a handler and person who shady characters such as Andor go to for jobs, just like how Sid gives the Bad Batch missions to make some credits on. Bix will most likely play a very similar role. Luthen then mentions that Cassian bribes quartermasters to leave valuables on ships before being sent to the scrapyard, alluding to Cassian's day job, which is effectively a scavenger searching amongst Old Republic ships to find anything to turn a quick profit, which clearly places Cassian in a time before he joined the rebellion. So what we are seeing here is a younger Cassian who is really just trying to make ends meet, not the Cassian we later see in Rogue One fighting for a bigger cause.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about?
I'll give you another 1,000 credits to tell me how you got it.
Another 1,000.
Done. How?
You just walk in like you belong.
As the conversation continues, Luthen begins to be more insistent on the facts of the matter, offering 1,000 credits for how Cassian pulled off the job. Cassian scoffs at the idea but soon realizes that Luthen isn't joking, and there is a very good reason for why Luthen is so curious. Based on what we already know, Season 1 will feature much of Luthen trying to put together a crew to pull off a job, describing that he is looking for heroes, and so what this tells us is that this particular scene is Cassian's initiation. Luthen is testing Cassian and trying to assess his skills to see if he is the man for the job, likely because he needs a thief, which is what Cassian is. This scene is also likely placed pretty early in the season given that Disney has given us this sneak peek, so it looks like we won't have to wait long for Luthen to bring all these different characters together. It's not entirely clear as to what is in the box, but it seems like it doesn't really matter at all. Given that Luthen's attention is all on Cassian, his only concern is how Cassian managed to get hold of it, and less on what he managed to steal. Again, hinting at the idea that this is Luthen testing Cassian on his skills and evaluating if he is the right fit for the bigger mission at play.
You just walk in like you belong.
Takes more than that, doesn't it?
What, to steal from the Empire? What do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, and an Imperial toolkit. They're so proud of themselves, they don't even care. They're so fat and satisfied, they can't imagine it.
Can't imagine what?
That someone like me would ever get inside their house, walk their floors, spit in their food, take their gear.
Cassian then goes on to explain how he does it, which is really the same dialogue used during the official trailer, so nothing really new there.
To steal from the Empire? You just walk in like you belong. They're so proud of themselves, so fat and satisfied, they can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
But what this line really tells us is not only the arrogance of the Empire, as Cassian rightly points out, but the cracks in the Imperial machine. The Empire is a massive entity, commanding countless resources, worlds, and people, which also makes it very difficult to manage. This means that people like Cassian who work in the underworld can get away with a lot of minor stuff, stealing from the Empire here and there without attracting too much attention. This arrogance, as Cassian points out, will also be the reason why the rebellion is able to take hold in the first place, especially in its early days, able to slip past the Empire's notice while causing a few minor troubles here and there. But as the rebellion begins to grow, things will get harder as the Empire will pay much closer attention, as the trailer has already hinted towards.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting.
But for now, this careless oversight will be what allows the rebellion to grow. So that is what the new Andor clip tells us about what is to come. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I'm the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.